How's it going? Diablo 2 fanatics. So what I wanted to do here with this video is go over some of the best gear that I've found playing Diablo 2 single player. And all the items that I'm about to show you are 110% legitimate. I used nothing to help me gain any kind of an advantage to get any of these items. So as you can see there's another character there, and that's a mule that I have on another computer. So I have actually two laptops. One's my wife's, and I just put the game on there, and I had played it on there for a little bit in order to, just kind of get started. And then I ended up getting a different laptop for myself back in like July. So, but yeah, it's that's the way I use to transfer my items is by open up TCP/IP games. And so yeah, so let's get started. Now these are, like I said, these are some of the best items that I have in the game. I mean, there's still some other pretty cool stuff on some of my other characters, but I just kind of wanted to show off some of the stuff that that I really like that I have that I use on my characters, and kind of put it all into this one character. And yeah, so that way you'd be a lot quicker, more efficient, and all right here. Hopefully my audio is okay. I know the last couple of videos that I put out, there's been problems with the audio, so I apologize if you cannot hear me very well. So we'll start right up in the top left. So this Fortitude I put on my Frenzy Barb. As you can see, it turned out to be perfect with the resistances, and it was already 8% superior, so the enhanced defense is above the 200 that you get for the base defense on a Fortitude. So it comes up to be about 1500 on the defense, and it works really well on my Frenzy Barb. I found that low rune doing Andariel runs with my Magic Finding Sorceress. And this one is really cool. This is a 3 to Chain Lightning, 15 to Lightning damage, Ormus Robes. I think I found that off of Mephisto. I was pretty excited when I found that. This is a Chains of Honor. I use this on my Zealer. I got the Burr rune doing lower Kurast runs. I found 2 Sur runes and upped those 2 Sur runes to the Burr rune and made a Chains of Honor. I wanted to save the Burr rune for an Enigma, but God only knows when the Ja rune was going to drop, so I just decided to use the rune. Next is the Exile. I also use this on my Zealer. 43, all resistances. The roll on it was kind of crappy. I got 223 enhanced defense, and I know the range is 220 to 260, so that was kind of a bummer, but still, nonetheless, 1250 for the defense. It's still ridiculously high for a shield. And of course, life tap is it's just super good to have because my paladin basically never dies with the life tap and all the life leech that he gets, so it's super good. Exile is a must for any Zealer. Ravenfrost. Now, I also use this on my Zealer, and as you can see, it's almost perfect. It's only 4 stats away from being 250-20, which is what the perfect Ravenfrost is. I've got several other Ravenfrost, but that one is by far the best one. Maras, I've only got one of these on all of my characters, and this one's a 25, so it's not too bad. I can't complain. I wish I had probably 2 or 3 more of them. Perfect BK. I use this on my Frenzy Barb as well. I want to say I found it on my Frenzy Barb. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And that brings me down to this. Ariat's Face. 194 enhanced defense. The lifesteal is perfect. And as you can see, there's a jewel in it, and that jewel is amazing. It is a 15% increase attack speed, plus 10 all resist. So the base all res On an area, it says 30. So this one's got 15% increased attack speed and 10 all res on it, and it's a almost perfect Ariat's face. So that item right there is amazing. Let's go down. Demon Gyre Collapsed Orb. Just take a look at this orb for a second. Got 2 to fire skills. It's got the cast rate, 2 to fire mastery, 3 to meteor, and 1 to teleport. And then plus a little bit of mana there with the energy and then the 58 to mana and half freeze duration to boot. So that orb is right now the character I got that on. I'm just doing Ancient Tunnel Blizz runs with that, and eventually I'm going to respec to all fire and probably do lots of Mephisto runs with that sorceress, and I'm going to be using this orb to do that. That is, I don't know, I don't think I've ever seen too many, just, rare orbs that are more, they're better than that. And I have I think it's a 4/4 fire facet that I'm going to end up putting in that, and that is, yeah, that was a really, really nice one. I really, really like that orb. Next is Ashuda's. I use this on my lower Kuros runner, and it's +2. I mean, I know it goes up to 3, but, it's single player. You take what you get. And this is a phenomenal orb to just use, especially because there's the 40 faster cast rate, and as you can see, the percentages are almost perfect in themselves. It'd probably be better, if I'm just doing Kuros runs, to use a Wizard Spike, or you could probably use a Suicide Branch to get the 50% faster cast rate. And I was using the Heart of the Oak for a while on it, but I ended up putting the Heart of the Oak on my Elemental Druid. So, but yeah, that's what I use that for. This sword right here, I really, really like this sword. I use this on my Fury Druid. It's probably not, the best, but it works right now, and it works great. And I haven't beat the game yet with that, with my Fury Druid, but I'm sure I can. I think I'm in Act 2 with that character in Hell mode. But this is the sword that I use. It's Oath Colossus Sword, 334 roll. The range is 210 to 340. I had to re-roll this in the third time that I re-rolled it. It gave me the 334. And as you can see, the damage goes from basically 400 to 800, which is pretty solid. And the reason why you want to use a weapon with high increased attack speed on a Fairy Druid is because the attack speed when you're in werewolf form only comes from your weapon. So it means you can't use High Lords or Laying of Hands and get the increased attack speed from those to help out your weapon's overall attack speed in werewolf form. So I would probably say Breath of the Dying is probably the best choice, but that's my opinion. Like I said, this is that Heart of the Oak that I used for a while for my lower Kuros runner. It's a 37 with all res on it, which is nice, but I use this on my Elemental Druid right now, and it works great. I don't think that there would be a better item for an Elemental Druid as far as weapon. I guess if you wanted to go, extremely defenses, use Wizard Spike. Don't have a Heart of the Oak. Spirit is always an obvious choice. This is a Homunculus. It's a 196. It's almost perfect, and I put a perfect diamond in it, and I use it on my summoning / poison and bone skiller necromancer. What's this? Okay, so just take a look at that for a sec. Okay, everybody wants a lot of life, and everybody likes resistances, and I know I like both of those stats. And guess what? It's on 1 Grand Charm. Yeah, I guess it'd be cool if there was a skill on it, but whatever, I'll take it. That's super dope, and I really like that charm. I actually have a few other charms. I do have a +1 to traps and 33 to life Grand Charm. I got a couple of Paladin combat ones. I think I got like 6 or 7 Grand Charms on my Frenzy Barb. Those are all Mastery Grand Charms, except for 2. There's 2 of them that are War Cries, no combat Barb ones, but whatever. So, yeah, nice one there. I've got some other really good charms, but I just kind of want to show that one off. I also have a large charm that is like +21 to life, 7 to all res. That's another really good one, but this one right here is really, really good. Stone Shadow Plate. I've got a few other stones for my mercs. This one's probably the highest defense. Actually, I know it's the highest defense because it's the only one that's over 4,000. Super low enhanced defense. If it ended up going up to the 290 that stones can go up to, there'd be definitely a few hundred more points into the defense there. It'd be really nice and high. I use this on my Hammerden's mark. Eagle Touch Ring. Now, look at this ring for a sec. Cast rate, lots of mana, some really good resistances, and it's level 24. I use this on my Summoning Necro, and yeah, really, really nice. Probably one of the best rare rings I think I've ever found. It's just really nice to have lots of mana, especially with your caster characters. Stone of Jordan, I found this when I was going through with a sorceress that I have on my other laptop, and I ended up, when I started making my new characters on this computer, I switched, through the Stone of Jordan over to the first character that I started out with on here. So yeah, that's a Stone of Jordan. It's the only one I've got. I would say I wish I probably had like 10 more, but these don't just drop out of the sky like a Talrune or whatever, It's just extremely rare, and I got one, thankful to have it. And of course, the Zod Rune. Now, how I got this Zod Rune is I found 2 Cham Runes. The first Cham Rune I found doing Countess runs. Now, it didn't come from the Countess, but it came from, I actually don't remember because it's been a while, but it dropped off of a different monster, and I couldn't actually believe it, but it sure did. It dropped. It was in the tower level 5. I wasn't even in the Countess's area. It was kind of in that main part where, you run into the first initial monsters, and, I was just killing them, and the Cham Rune dropped. Now, the other Cham Rune that I got in order to cube this up to a Zod Rune, I was doing Chaos runs with my Hammerden, and the Cham Rune dropped, and when it dropped, I knew that I had 2 Cham Runes. I didn't know what I would do with 2 Cham Runes. I guess you can make a Doom, get a low rune and an Ohm rune, which I have found in single player, but obviously I use the low rune for this, and I use the Ohm rune for this Exile. So those are 2 super good items. If I wanted to make a Doom, I wouldn't have these 2 items right here. So I just decided I wanted to make a Breath of the Dying and put it on my Fury Druid, and I'm not sure what I'm going to end up doing with this oath, but it's a super nice oath. But my Fury Druid is, what I would like to do is I would like to have a Thundermaw Breath of the Dying. I think that would be super good, but, gotta find an ethereal Thundermaw first, and those are pretty rare in themselves. And you can do Ancient Tunnel runs or Chaos runs or go through Act 5, and you're not really going to get too many Thundermaws in general, let alone an ethereal one. And then if you do, then you go to socket it in the Herodic Cube. The chances of it being completely 6 sockets is I think like a 50-50 chance or whatever. So it's going to be kind of a tough order, but I'm going to be saving that Zod Rune for not an ethereal item to put it in and to make it indestructible, but I will be making it for a Breath of the Dying at some point. So let's see here. I'm going to show this off really quick. So that right there, as you can see, I already went over the Exile here. So I ended up doing this one because of the resistances. But the reason why I felt confident to bug this shield is because I had this one in the first place. I don't know if I'll ever end up making another Exile again, but if I wanted to, I have an extremely sufficient shield to do it. So, yeah. So those are some of my best items. I know I got, a lot more, really cool ones, but I just kind of wanted to go over some of the elite items that I have for the moment. Hopefully I end up getting more. I would really like to have an Enigma, but, Ja runes and Bur runes, they just don't fall into my lap. And a lot of the other high runes don't. I, did lots of lower Kuros runs just to get that one Bur rune right there. and I got that own rune off of, I think it was made for Dragon Hand on doing Mephisto runs. The Vex rune, I've gotten one off of Lower Kurast. Mephisto dropped me one, and then of course I can, up Gull runes to make a Vex rune. I've probably got like 8 Gull runes, probably 5 Ist runes, probably like 7 or 8 Mal runes. I've got 1 Vex rune in stash, and yeah, so that's it. Those are the high runes that I found in my, playing Diablo 2. Is that low rune, the 2 Sir runes to get that Burr rune. I've found 2 Vex runes, the 2 Cham runes to make that Zod rune, and that's it. No Jaw runes. I haven't had a Burr rune drop for me. That's probably the one. I found 1 Jaw rune in my whole Diablo 2 career. That was when I was on deployment. I was doing Mephisto runs, and Mephisto dropped me the Jaw rune. But yeah, I don't have that computer anymore. Don't have those items. So yeah, this is what I have right now. So these are some really, really cool items that I have in single player. If you guys have other really cool items that you found legitimately in single player, I would like to know what they are, because I like talking about cool Diablo 2 gear. Probably one of the most intriguing parts about the game is looking at all the cool crap that you find. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. If you guys liked it, let me know. If the audio sucked, I apologize, but yeah, just kind of wanted to show off some of the cool stuff that I got. Peace.